What is going on, YouTube? I am back with another Phasmophobia weekly challenge video. And this week it is going to be Tortoise and the Hare, and we are the Tortoise. Last week we were the Hare. So last week we were faster than the Ghost, now we're going to be slower than the Ghost, which I know sounds very scary. But before we get too nervous, let's look at some of the details and the custom settings on this challenge so we can try to maybe minimize your worry. Now, these weekly challenge breakdowns are made by one of my wonderful moderators in the community named LMC, and they're always posted inside of our Discord for the community as well. So on Sunday, when it resets at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can see what you're dealing with. You know some of the settings and what to expect. You can see in the bottom right here, it does say that the Ghost speed is 150% speed, the maximum speed of a Ghost. Player speed is 75% speed, 25% less than the usual speed of a player. Regular hunts are 20 seconds long, and Ghosts frequently do end up changing rooms. Now, thankfully, we have mostly Tier 2 gear. We have, in fact, all Tier 2 gear, so you don't have to deal with any bad Tier 1 gear. And we're going to have 100% starting sanity, and you're going to get 3 full evidences for this round. So you don't have to do any Ghost testing whatsoever. You can rely on getting all 3 evidences to tell you exactly what Ghost you have for that round. The breaker does start off, so you're going to want to get that breaker on as soon as possible to get some lights on and try to preserve your sanity. And maybe try to heat up the area if it's snowing outside, depending on your temperatures inside. And the cursed object is going to be random, though I don't really see the reason why you'd want to use a cursed object on this one, unless you're trying to find the Ghost room a little bit faster with the Ouija board, or trying to use the mirror to find the room. Also, inside the van, we're going to have access to our sanity board and our activity board. So you're going to be able to keep a very close eye on your sanity and be able to take sanity pills to manage your sanity, so that way maybe the Ghost isn't going to hunt you very frequently at all, if at all, during that round, if you get the evidence very quickly and you find the room quickly as well. As you can see here in game, I've already completed this weekly challenge because I always do them live on Twitch at _brotatorchip, my Twitch channel, on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the moment they reset. That way, everybody in the Phasmophobia community and our community can watch us do these challenges the moment they start. So if you ever want to tune in, we'd love to have you. It'd be awesome. Let's get started by going to Grafton. And we're going to lock it in. I hope you guys have been enjoying Grafton. I've been loving it. This is now my 3rd favorite map in Phasmo. Willow, Ridgeview, Grafton. Those are my top 3 right there. Let me know your top 3 maps inside the comment section below. Here we go. When I went about doing this challenge, this is the starter equipment that I took to try to find the Ghost room. I took a Tier 2 headlamp. That way I didn't have to also hold a flashlight in my inventory, and I could end up holding 3 things instead of just 2. Then I took UV glow stick, so if it touches a door or anything, I can check to see if it has fingerprints, and it gives me a little boost of light too, because the Tier 2 UV glow stick gives off a considerable amount of light source. Then I'm going to grab a thermometer and an EMF reader so I can figure out the coldest temperature room to figure out the Ghost room, and if it throws anything, I can check the EMF readings. This is my resources, and this is my go-to for figuring out the Ghost room on most normal gameplay. So let's get started. Let's get in here. Oh, we got some fog. My goodness. This map looks so incredibly spooky with fog. This really is really cool. I love this. All right, let's get in there. We're going to find the breaker first and foremost. There's 2 breaker spawn points. One of them could spawn beyond the kitchen in the storage room. The other one could be in that little hallway up there as you lead up to the attic. So we're going to try to figure out which one it's in, get the breaker on, and then figure out temps. But for right now, the temperature in the kitchen is 15.5 degrees Celsius. That's very warm. Now, we're looking for a very cold temperature room, or much colder than that, for it to be our Ghost room. Inside this back storage area, it's 14 degrees. That's something to note. And it looks like our breaker is going to be in the upstairs area going towards the attic. So we better get up there and get that on quickly. Temperature is sitting around 15 degrees. 13.1 here in the hallway. Look at that. We got a bone. Bone has been acquired. It's sitting right there on the staircase. The Ghost lost its jaw. That's jaw dropping. Talk about that. All right, breaker's going on. Let's start scanning around, keeping our ears open as well, so that way if the Ghost has any sort of interactions nearby, we want to be able to know, so we can say, oh, you know what? That's the Ghost room. Go check the attic quickly, so we can hopefully disregard the attic. Never want a Ghost up here. Too far away from the front door. Gotta bring all your equipment up. It's a hassle. Nope, it's too warm up here. 14.4. Cool. Turn off the lights and go back downstairs. Temperature in this hallway is looking like 15 degrees as well. Go check out the creepy doll room. Doll room. Oh, I don't like these dolls creep me out, man. All right, 14 degrees in here as well. Summoning circles are cursed object, which really isn't going to help us at all. And the cursed object for the summoning circle, to be honest, this takes way too much sanity to actually use it. Like 80% sanity just to use the dang thing. Ducky room, the bathroom, 16 degrees up here. Looks like it may not be an upstairs ghost. A little too warm up here. 13, 14, yeah, too warm. So no upstairs ghosting. All right, let's start working our way downstairs and go check around there. Keeping my ears open for still any sort of movement or any sort of interactions. Haven't heard anything yet. Living room, we're going to be looking at 14 degrees here as well. Back into the kitchen. I know we saw 13 degrees back here before, so I want to check it again. Nah, 13, 15 back here still too. I always get a lot of ghosts inside the dining room on this map. I don't know if that's coincidence or if that's kind of a normal thing for a lot of players, but I get a lot of dining room ghosts. 13 degrees here, not here. Ghost, where you at? Have to imagine our sanity's getting low. Oh, 6 degrees. Wow, that's a jump from 13, 14 down to 6 and 4 degrees in here. So this is the room. This is it for sure. Creepy mannequin room. Look at that. It just touched this little case here for that dress or whatever's on this hanger, and it left UV on it. The fingerprints there. That's so cool. I didn't even know it could do that. So our first piece of evidence is fingerprints. Nice. Let's go back to the van, and we're going to take some sanity pills, and we're going to grab some more equipment. And I'm going to turn these lights on, so that way as we go in and out of this house, we're going to preserve a little bit of sanity, and we're not going to be walking so much through the dark areas. What's up, poultry guys? How you doing over there? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully somebody's feeding you. Those chickens, they got to be fed. They got to be taken care of. Sanity looking like maybe below 90% at this point. Yeah, 80%. So we're definitely going to take our first sanity pill. And we're going to also take in a video camera so we can check for early ghost orbs and know if we're maybe dealing with a mimic. Book so we can get that down and see if the ghost wants to write in it. And do some spirit boxing as well. Those pills are going to take me back up to 100%, so we're good. Let's go in. I still got my tier 2 headlamp on, so I can turn it on and off as I want to. Super curious, if I went over to this window over here and I looked through it with the video camera, would I be able to see orbs? I don't know, this is like an experimental moment here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's all boarded off, so no, I guess I can. I thought maybe he was going to have an open window, but I forgot that it was boarded off. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Onward to the room. Let's see, do we have any orbs inside of there? A little look around. I hear it throwing stuff, that's for sure. It's definitely throwing some stuff around. But I don't, at this time, see any ghost orbs at the moment. So possibly no ghost orbs. Get rid of that. Now we're going to put down a book, and then we're going to do a little spirit box session with the ghost. And make sure when you're doing spirit boxes, you don't have the light on in the room. For example, you don't have, like, these lights on. Because if I try to do spirit box with those on, it's not going to respond to you. Those have to be off. I can have my flashlight on. That's totally fine. I just can't have the lights on in the room. Where are you? How old are you? Are you near? Are you far? Are you angry? Are you scared? Are you happy? There we go. We did indeed get a response, so we're going to lock in spirit box. Phantom, mimic, or polter. Remember, we don't have any fake ghost orbs like mimics do have, so it's not going to be mimic. So it's got to be either be phantom or polter. It's throwing a lot of stuff, so honestly, polter would make a lot of sense. EF3 on that. We could probably turn that off because EMF is not even going to be possible for our third evidence. So it's going to end up either being ghost writing or dot. So I got to get a dot projector in here, but first we can just look for ghost writing, which we don't have. Never mind. Yes, we do. Thanks, Ghost. I appreciate you. That was a very nice ghost. W Ghost. You don't get a ghost that usually just gives you evidence like that. Usually you have to fight for it or try to persuade it, offer it chocolate bars and bags of chips and stuff like that. But this ghost, nah. It was like, just get out of here, please. This ghost's name was Raymond Elliott. Raymond, you know what? You're a real one, Raymond. We got 1 round down. Going to the next one. We got 2 more to do. As we're doing your weekly challenges, you got to do 3 in a row. You got to get 3 completions at least. They don't have to be necessarily in a row. You can get a couple of losses in there, but you got to at least get 3 completions. Let's go. Locked in. Do it. Nice. $725. And as I mentioned before on other weekly challenge videos, I really don't try to go for a perfect game or any optional objectives because the multiplier for these rounds for a weekly challenge is a 1x multiplier. So you're really not going to get anything for all the effort you put into the round. It's better to just try to speed run through these and try to get whatever little money you can and just get it completed, and then at the end of it, get your $5,000 and 5,000 XP and move on and do whatever difficulties you want in regular gameplay. Because this one-time multiplier, this day ain't it. It's not it. So let's do another one. Going back over to Grafton again. Hearing some heavy rain as we go into our second round. I'm going to take the same starter equipment, tier 2 headlamp, UV, thermometer, and EMF reader. Let's go right inside and get started. Name of this ghost is going to be Eric Young. I'm forever young. Eric. All right, here we go. I must say that I really love the fact that the weather on this map does play a little bit of a factor inside because there's no roof. So when you go inside, you can see the rain coming through and everything. But the heavy rain is just so incredibly loud that it's hard to hear. And I really, really hope at some point in time they add something to the audio settings where you can change the weather volume. I think that would be so helpful. Phasmophobia developers, please do it. All right, let's go find the breaker quickly. Breaker spot. Let's see if it's going to be beyond the kitchen. Checking some baseline temperatures as well. Looks like it's like 8 or 9 degrees. We're looking for something substantially colder as usual to find that ghost room. Breaker is not here. It's going to be in the upstairs area, so we're going to go up there and go check it out. Scanning temperatures as we walk along. See if it's in the dining room again. Nope, pretty decently temperatured inside the dining room. Foyer looking good as well, 8, 9, 10 degrees. Upstairs hallway is 5 degrees. That's way colder than downstairs. We're going to turn on breaker. Let's see what the temperature is in the side room real quick, just to compare. Temperature in the side room is 9. So upstairs hallway, it looks like it may be the ghost room after all. It's either the hallway or it's in a room nearby the hallway, because it's definitely colder here. Let's drop our stuff down and go back to the van and go get more stuff. I'm going to turn some lights on, too, to preserve the sanity. You're in there for a pretty short amount of time, so I don't think our sanity is even at 90% yet, to be honest. I don't think. We'll see. I would really love to see, too, at some point, like, maybe like just a random UFO showing up in the cornfield. It just feels like it's so made for it. Yeah, sanity's looking fantastic. It's just about 90%, 91, 90%, so perfect. All right, we're going to bring in a salt to see if we have any UV salt footprints, video camera, and we're going to take it to spirit box. I'll come back for book later. I want to get the UV out of the way now. And look at the big difference in the video camera, too. I have my flashlight on right now. I have my Tier 2 head camera on. And look at the difference on the video camera. It's not a very good example if I have the outside light on, so let's see. Flashlight on, flashlight off. So make sure sometimes you turn your flashlight off, because if you have that flashlight on and it's translating into your actual video feed, you may actually be missing a ghost orb because it's like glaring it out, if you will. The glare is like drowning out the ghost orb from showing itself well. We have any ghost orbs here in the hallway. Oh, he just threw something. Was that in the bathroom? No ghost orb in the bathroom. Checking the hallway again. Nothing there. And I know it kind of goes a little further this way into this side, so I'm checking here too. Oh, there's an orb right there. Yep, right there, the ghost orb. And I love the fact that now with video recording, if you have a ghost orb, it highlights it with that rectangle on your screen, on your video camera screen, and it says like, hey, there's a ghost orb here. That's awesome. All right, let's put this down. We got our first piece of evidence. And we are going to put down some salt, and when it walks through it, we're going to see if it leaves any UV footprints. But for right now, oh, that was way quicker than I thought it was going to be. So no UV footprints. Good. No UV. Awesome. Now we're going to do some spirit boxing. Where are you? How old are you? Are you angry? Are you scared? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Are you behind me? Do you want me to leave? Are you nearby? Are you far away? Are you a tomato? Are you a potato? Are you any kind of vegetable? Do you like SpongeBob? What color are my underwear? Are you here? Can you speak to me? All right, so nothing on Spirit Box either. So we're going to say no Spirit Box. So it's coming down to Revenant, Yuri, Raiju, or Thay. Oof. Some interesting ghosties there. Some really tricky ones, too. Temperature inside the hallway. Double check and see if we have freezing yet. 4.5, so no freezing yet. And we want to get back to the van now and take a sanity pill. Definitely want to go grab a sanity pill. I would recommend, if you can, to try to keep your sanity above 75% on these weekly challenges, because if you do so, I honestly don't think it's really going to hunt you unless you're dealing with like a demon or a Thay or something, early hunter. So just try to keep that in mind. It's like a little bit of a reference. So we're right at like 75% now, 76%. Take it in a book, take it in dots, and I'm also going to bring in probably an incense and igniter just in case. So we should be good for gear now. Let's go see if we get any ghost writing. Or dots. Going up. I could probably even turn on the hallway light up there so I can preserve a little bit of sanity as well, since I already did spirit boxing. So we'll turn this on. I'm going to put the dots projector right here, and I'm going to put the book here too. And remember, when you're trying to get Ghost Rider, you can see that like glowing circle in the distance. That's the radius that the ghost can interact with the journal. You want to make sure as much of that circle is in playable zone of the ghost room as possible. Make sure you center it as best as you can. Temperature check once again. We're at 1.6. It's getting way closer to 0. Oh, there it is. 0.5. Look at that. That was 0.5. Let's check it again. 0.3. If you get any reading under 1 degree Celsius on a tier 2 or tier 3 thermometer, you automatically have freezing. But if it's on tier 1 thermometer, it has to be below 0. The red line on the mercury thermometer tier 1 has to be below 0 for that to work. But right now we do have freezing. So Revenant or Yuri. And by the way, if you end up getting unalived on the round, but you circle the correct ghost type, you will still get credit in the weekly challenge for a completion. So if this was a Revenant and I wasn't sure, I just wanted to check and I wanted it to get me and I didn't care if I survived the round or not, I would still get completion if I locked in the correct ghost. So just a little fun fact there as well. So Revenant would require ghost writing and Yuri would require dots. Do we hear a door touch over here on that door? Gonna move the book just a little bit closer this way since it seems to be wandering a lot that way, as we can tell because it's been walking through that salt. And I'm gonna turn off the light so I can see the dots better. Now this is definitely one of those scenarios you may even think about having 2 dots because it is a little bit of a bigger room with an odd shape. But there's our writing, and there's our third piece of evidence. We have a Revenant. Very dangerous ghost. They have a 150% ghost speed challenge. So we're getting the heck out of here and go to the next one. Goodbye, ghost. Again, another round where it didn't even hunt us. We found the ghost room relatively quickly, and we got on out of there. Like I said, I really do think this is a challenge you can do if you have 1 or 2 people and you manage your sanity and you keep an eye on that activity board and that sanity board. You can really do this probably without any hunts at all. Going on to the next one. Round number 3. Very good. Another round successful. Going back to Grafton one more time. Same thing. Headlamp. UV, thermometer, and EMF reader. Got everything we need. Name of the ghost on this round is going to be Catherine Martinez. And this is case number 11,516 for me. We ended up hitting on our last stream this past Tuesday. We ended up hitting over a level of 1,000 on Prestige 20. A very, very big level gap indeed. So that's a very amazing moment for me and my community. It's awesome. Yo, look, we got a femur. Bone has been acquired. That's twice now in these 3 rounds. We just stumbled upon the bone. In this map, it's usually very hard to find the bone because there's so much stuff to see. Breaker. Start scanning for some temperatures. 10 degrees. You can hear that heavy wind outside. You can hear the wind howling against the house. I love that. 9 degrees here in the dining room. Desk area got 8 degrees as well. We're gonna check bathroom and mannequin room. You just hold down your click button for the thermometer. It'll keep auto-populating as you're walking along. Nothing in here. 9 degrees is here as well. All right, so very standard temperatures. Let's go check the foyer and go check the living room. And if it's not in either of those, we're gonna go upstairs and look. Turn that lamp on. Looks like it's gonna be an upstairs ghost on this one. Let's start making our way up there. All temperatures downstairs are normal. What do we got? Upstairs hallway this time is going to be another upstairs hallway ghost. 8 degrees. 6 degrees here in the bathroom. Maybe a bathroom ghost. This is a little bit colder than the 8 or 9 degrees we've been seeing. 4 degrees. That's definitely colder. So it's going to be a bathroom ghost day. Going to go back downstairs and get some more stuff. And we're going to turn on our light here to preserve some sanity for us with the lights. This map is just so poorly lit, though, that you end up losing a lot of sanity no matter what. Grab some more supporting materials here, and the sanity is at 89%, so we're not down to 75 yet, not even close. Video camera, book, and spirit box. Let's go get all 3 of these done, and we'll come back out, take a pill, and get more whatever equipment we're missing to get more evidence. Working upstairs. Go see if we got any orbs there. I think I see an orb right there in the doorway. We do indeed have a ghost orb. Our video camera is highlighting it, saying that is a ghost orb. So we got our first piece of evidence for this round. Nice simple ghost orb in the doorway. Book going down to the center of the room. Oh, didn't exactly sit very well there. Let's try that again. Where are you? How old are you? Are you near? Did you throw the ducky? That's not acceptable, Ghost. Go back in the tub, ducky. Where are you? Did you throw ducky? Did you throw the duck? Are you pooping? Are you constipated? Do you need toilet paper? It's away. Let's go ahead and lock in Spirit Box. Now we got Mare, Yokai, or Onryo. Cool. Now I know Onryo can have freezing temperatures, so we're going to check for freezing. No freezing yet, 2.8. I think I heard it knock on the window. They can confirm that by checking out the EMF. It did EMF on the window. And there is no UV over here. No UV on the window that it touched. So they can say no UV, which isn't possible for any of the 3 ghosts we have left. But the reason it was so important to check for UV is because we have ghost orbs in Spirit Box. So that if the orbs were fake and we had UV, it could have been a mimic. So it was good to be able to rule that out. Let's go back to the van and get our dots projectors and whatever else we need to finish this round. I've also noticed this little thing whenever there's heavy wind as the weather on this map. If you go over here to the shutters, you'll notice that the shutters start moving when there's heavy wind. So the shutters are actually flapping from the wind breeze on the map. It's very interactive and very cool. I like that a lot. Our sanity is looking like it is at 75% now, so I'm going to take that pill. And we're going to bring in our dots projector. And we don't even need to bring in salt to check for UV because I already checked for UV on that window, so we know we're not going to have UV. So I will bring in an incense, an igniter that doesn't take up an inventory spot, and a crucifix just in case. We're going to have a lot of defensive items on us in case this ghost decides to hunt. Even if I really wanted to check for Onryo ability, and I didn't want to wait for freezing temperatures to happen, I could have brought in a firelight to test for it. The first thing I want to do is just get this. The heavy wind is wailing on against the house again. Get this crucifix in the middle of the room. Has not read in the book yet. Putting down dots projector. And I'm going to check freezing temps. Temperature right now is looking like it is 1.4. Wow, really close to freezing. There it is, negative 0.1. So we do indeed have freezing temps. It's an Onryo. And like I said, we know it's not going to be a mimic because it did not have UV when we checked for it. If you ever want to double check, you could definitely bring in salt just to double check yourself. Because sometimes if it's like mimicking an Obaki or something, it may not leave the fingerprints all the time. You always want to be able to keep an eye on that for sure. Honestly, very, very simple weekly challenge. I know that the lower player speed and that high ghost speed, it looks very daunting. It looks very scary. But you really just have to be able to manage your sanity. And that's really the whole thing, the whole purpose of this weekly challenge is to get you in that habit so you're paying attention to that. Let's get locked in. Onryo circled. Very good weekly challenge. Very good. That is now 3 ghosts completed on the weekly challenge, which is exactly what you need to get your $5,000 and 5,000 XP for completing a weekly challenge every single week. Now, again, I didn't get my $5K in XP for that one because I already completed on Sunday when this reset live on Twitch at _rotatorchip. So if you ever want to view in live and watch me do these challenges, more than happy to have you there. Would love to be able to interact and chat with you. Feel free to tune on in. Thank you guys for 12,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it. And if you had opportunity to tune on in to my YouTube live over the past weekend, I hope you enjoyed it. I really want to do more YouTube lives in the future, so make sure you're following our Discord and my socials to keep up to date on when those days may be, whenever I have availability. Till I see you all next time, I hope you have some good ghost hunts, and stay crispy.